Prologue. In the heart of America, beneath the surface of ordinary life, darkness lurked. It was the late 20th century, a time marked by social change, cultural revolutions, and an undercurrent of fear. Amidst this backdrop emerged a figure whose name would become synonymous with horror: Jeffrey Dahmer. This story is a fictionalized account of Dahmer's life, exploring the chilling transformation of a seemingly ordinary man into one of history's most notorious serial killers. Chapter 1. A Troubled Childhood. Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer was born on May 21, 1960, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. From an early age, he exhibited signs of emotional instability. His parents, Lionel and Joyce Dahmer, had a tumultuous relationship marked by conflict and neglect. Jeffrey was a quiet child, often isolated, and he found solace in the company of animals. He would collect dead animals, dissecting them in the hopes of understanding their anatomy. This fascination with death would be a precursor to the horrors that lay ahead. As Dahmer entered his teenage years, his world began to unravel. His parents' tumultuous marriage ended in divorce, leaving him feeling abandoned and lost. He turned to alcohol as a coping mechanism. Dahmer's social skills were limited, and he struggled to connect with his peers. He became increasingly withdrawn, a shadow of the vibrant boy he once was. The turning point came when Dahmer graduated high school in 1978. With no direction and a growing sense of despair, he began to spiral further into darkness. His fascination with death intensified, and the lines between curiosity and obsession began to blur. Chapter 2. The First Crime. In June 1978, Dahmer committed his first murder. After picking up a hitchhiker named Stephen Hicks, Dahmer invited him to his home, where they drank together. As the night progressed, Dahmer's dark urges took control. In a fit of rage, he bludgeoned Hicks to death, then proceeded to dismember his body, disposing of the remains in a nearby woodland. This first act of violence ignited a chilling compulsion within Dahmer. He experienced a sense of relief and exhilaration, a feeling that would soon become addictive. After the murder, he tried to return to a semblance of normalcy, but the darkness within him had awakened. He moved to Miami, where he tried to escape his past, but the haunting memories of his actions lingered. Over the next decade, Dahmer's life became a series of chaotic episodes. He was arrested multiple times for various offenses, including petty theft and disorderly conduct. Each time, he managed to evade serious consequences, allowing the darkness to fester and grow. Chapter 3. The Milwaukee Cannibal. By the late 1980s, Dahmer had returned to Milwaukee, where he would embark on a gruesome killing spree that would shock the nation. He targeted young men, often luring them to his apartment with promises of money or companionship. Once inside, Dahmer would drug his victims, rendering them helpless before inflicting unimaginable horrors. Dahmer's methods were methodical and chilling. He would often engage in acts of necrophilia and cannibalism, driven by a twisted desire to possess his victims completely. The apartment became a house of horrors, filled with the remnants of his depravity. He kept body parts preserved in jars, creating a macabre collection that reflected his disturbed mind. Despite the gruesome nature of his crimes, Dahmer managed to maintain a facade of normalcy.